Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Naruto Chapter 669. This one starts with Guy, 8 gates activated, Night Elephant, just where I left off last week. Guy punches the air, and it forces the air at Madara like a cannon. Madara said that itself, it's like an air cannon, alright? And then he gets forced down, and it becomes this huge pit, like this huge hole, like the freaking fifth authorization district in Magi. Like this thing went pretty deep. This thing went pretty deep. All right. And Guy tried to follow that up with second step, but it just didn't work because it was too much pain for him to handle at that moment. But then he got used to it. We got, what did Lee say? He said that opening just like a few gates is already a large amount of pain that's unbearable. So then opening up all 8 gates is just, he can't even imagine. It's unfathomable how much pain that Guy is in right now, and he's still being able to handle it. So that's Guy for you. He's pretty legit, and he's not exactly a scrub or anything. He's actually giving Madara some trouble, right? Madara lost a horn on his headband or whatever. He even said himself, you know, if I get hit by that attack a few more times, I could be in trouble. All right. And I shouldn't take a direct hit from it, that's for sure. All right. But at the same time, he's not like looking bad either because he's enjoying himself. He's not worried. He admits that he's in trouble, but he's not worried because in the end, he knows that if he just sat there and let himself get attacked, then he'd be defeated. But he knows he's not going to be defeated no matter how strong Guy is because he's still not close to him. That's a good way to think about it. He's not worried, even though he knows he's in trouble if he gets hit by that stuff again, because he knows, you know, hey, he can't hit me with it that many times. So even if he is this strong, he still can't beat me. So yeah, that's good. That was a good way. In the end, what I wanted was for Guy to look good, but for Madara not to look bad, or to look less good, I should say. All right, and that was pretty much accomplished in this chapter. So I liked that. I thought that was cool how Kishi did that. All right, but he ends up jumping out of the hole, or flying out of the hole, I guess. And Guy goes after me. He did freaking Geppo. You know, he was skywalking like Sanji and CP9 guys and stuff. Like, that caught me off guard. I was like, yo, he got some Sanji over here. No, never mind. I was about to say something that would start never mind. I was going to say something that might start a war in One Piece right now. There's a Naruto video. Screw it. All right. But yeah, he goes up to Madara to continue to fight using Skywalk pretty much, and he ends up getting support from Lee and the others. All right, Minato, he was able to deduce how exactly Madara's black orbs work, the light and dark jutsu and Yonton jutsu, the combination of all 5 different chakra natures, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much all of those, I'm pretty sure, but you know, whatever you want to call it, Minato deduced how they worked. And he realized that after they go 70 meters, Madara loses the ability to control them. All right. So that a while ago, when Madara did actually send that one orb over, and I mentioned like it just disappeared into the smoke, and that would be relevant again. It is relevant because that is what allowed Minato to actually figure out that Madara loses control over them after a certain distance. Right. And Minato also says to Kakashi, "Hey, you can also use your Kamui on these." So you can use that, make them disappear, help Guy out that way. And Kakashi said, hey, you know, I'm actually starting to go blind here. So all you guys who have been saying for the longest time, why isn't Kakashi blind? Why isn't Kakashi blind? Guess what? He is pretty much. He says he's lost sight in his left eye. In order to actually use Kamui on them, he has to get super close so that his aim is. So it's like impossible to miss. All right. Anyway, he was really freaking close too. Gaara was helping him out, carrying him with the sand and stuff. All right, that's what their role was. He opened up the 6 gates. Lee had some good dialogue in this chapter. I liked it, and it goes back to what I said last week about how Guy's father served as an inspiration. I said most of this in more detail last week. So if you didn't watch my review last week, go back and watch it, and you'll understand more of what I'm talking about. But pretty much, the flashback last week was very good because it accomplished a lot of things. And one of the things it accomplished was linking these 2 situations where, in the flashback, we have Guy's father acting as the inspiration for Guy to turn his weakness into strength and persevere and overcome the situation that he's in, even though he has people telling him he can't succeed. All right, and right now, Guy is filling in the role of Die. Again, that name might die. No, you'll definitely die. All right, but like I had that name. Why would Kishi do that? But he's filling the role of his father right now. He's the one serving as inspiration to all the others, showing them that they can turn their weakness into strength, that they can persevere, and that they can overcome the situation they're in, even though Madara is telling them that they can't succeed. Madara and Zetsu. All right. So, and I also mentioned how this would serve as inspiration, especially for Lee, because Lee has the same past as Guy, and he can link these two situations just like I did. All right, I mean, yeah, all right, so he can link the two situations like that, and he especially will step up. And I said that last week, and we're seeing it here. His dialogue here, I liked his dialogue here a lot. All right, so he's focused on. He realizes he realizes what exactly Guy is doing, and he's saying, "I'm not going to feel sorry for him because what he's doing, it's a good thing. He's chosen his own fate. If I felt bad for him, it would just be an insult." He's saying all this cool stuff, so I like that. He's stepping up. He opened the 6 gates, and he got Minato's kunai, waited for the right situation, which did end up arising because Guy was pushing Madara back. Like literally, actually, he was literally pushing Madara back. He was first step, then he went to second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step. All right, which is like an increase in speed, and Madara just couldn't keep up. And Madara ended up getting hit so many times that he couldn't move. He was laying there, floating there. He was floating there, and he just couldn't move. All right, so he tried to use those black orbs to defend himself, and he sent them towards Guy. But Minato told him, "Hey, no matter what happens, don't stop." All right, and Lee threw the kunai right in front of the orbs. Perfect timing. So Minato, Flying Thunder God, he went right in, took the hits for Guy, and then teleported right out of there. Right, so Guy could keep going. Right, so then Madara said, "All right, I'll just block it myself." Then he has the orbs surround him to be like a protective layer. But then Gaara sends Kakashi in. He uses Kamui. Boom! It takes out a portion of that, and then Guy is able to punch right through the hole in the shield and just get Madara with a direct hit, which is what Madara said. "Hey, I better not take one of those." All right, and he got hit by one right there. It was like a freaking Falcon punch or something. It was Madara got sent flying. All right, but the best thing about it was that he got right back up too, and he gave Guy the respect I was looking for him to give, he gave Guy the respect I was looking for him to get, I should say. So that was good, and he was saying, "This is the most fun I've had since my fight with Hashirama back in the day," and he's saying it with a smile on his face. He's saying, "Keep entertaining me more. I'm enjoying this. It's not often you get to fight with someone who can open the 8 gates, So, like I said before, he's making Guy look good while also not looking bad himself. He's still looking good himself too, because he's been hit by all that, and he's still getting back up, has a smile on his face, and says, "Hey, give me some more. That's fun." All right, so I really like the way this chapter went, and we get this ending with Naruto waking up. However, some people have been pointing this out online. Naruto didn't wake up in Obito's dimension. He woke up in like this liquid, this water, which, if you recall, that inner world that Naruto has, where he can talk with the Nine Tails, where the Nine Tails is sealed, has those like dark, like golden walls, kind of. It's always dark, except for a little bit of light there. Where the Nine Tails is sealed up, that place, that has water on the bottom too, or on the floor. So that means he's probably woken. He's not like legit awake yet, but he's caught. Well, no, he's not conscious because he's still asleep. But the point is that he's fine now. He's fine. He's in the clear, and he's awoken inside of his like inner realm or whatever. And he's probably going to talk with the other half of the Nine Tails. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing happening next week. But yeah, that's essentially it for this chapter. I thought this chapter was great. Plus, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. I really did think it was just that good. I really did. Guy was awesome. Lee was stepping up. Kakashi it was revealed that he is in fact going blind, which is something that people have been saying is a plot hole for the longest time. No, it's not, because he just told you he's going blind, so now that's been shown. Madara looked good too. He did, even when he was getting beaten up, he still looked good. He was still giving Guy that push, like a good old-fashioned wrestling push. Right? He's gonna win, but it doesn't change the fact that he's not burying Guy. Right? So, yeah, I thought this chapter was great. There was a lot in it. Naruto woke up at the end, got a little foreshadowing for what exactly his environment is right now. Not Obito's dimension, but his inner world, realm, place. So yeah, I'll give the chapter 9.5 out of 10. I thought it was great. Plus. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.